Hi, this is a review of the iQualTech wireless Bluetooth speaker. It's a pill-shaped design. It comes in this box here. There's a red one on the box. I believe that's the only box they made. They did make 3 colors. There's a red, there's a white, there's a black. They're all pretty much the same speaker except for the color on the outside. There's a lot of reviews that have been up already that are negative, saying stay away from these because they were originally listing at $100. And at $100, I completely agree with those other reviewers. Stay far, far away. This is not a $100 speaker. It's currently down to about $40, which is in the range that I think it should be, somewhere in that $30 to $50 range. As a Bluetooth speaker, the sound quality is on par with other ones of those that I have tested. People complain about volume on this a little bit. I didn't find that to be a problem. I grabbed my handy dandy decibel meter and it maxed out at 104.8 decibels, about a foot away from the device while listening to some Kid Rock. So you can do the math on that. When anything over 100, you're getting into the area to where it might cause hearing damage after extended periods of use. Granted, you may not be listening to the speaker a foot away, but the amount of volume that is there, I didn't have a problem with. The bass, it isn't great, but then again, for any speaker this size, I've never found anything that had great bass. It's just impossible. It's the physics of the thing. To get great bass, what you need is to move a lot of air, and no speaker this size is going to move a lot of air. It just can't happen. That's why when you have smaller speakers like the Bose Acoustimass, they have a subwoofer. You have to have that subwoofer to get the bass because small speakers just can't get the bass. Now, the high end, the mid-range on this, it sounds pretty good. For a Bluetooth speaker, if you're going to be putting it in your office, you're going to be putting it in the kitchen to listen to some music while you're doing chores, you can carry it around with you from room to room. It's not a bad speaker. Now, the one thing that I don't like about it is there's only one button right here. That's all you got. There's one button which will allow you to play and pause the music or to grab a call if one happens to come in. That's all you can do. You can't adjust the volume up and down. You can't adjust the track list up and down. So it's fairly limited in that way. You have a simple on-off button on the back right here. You slide that to on and off. You have a port for an auxiliary jack, so if you want to hardwire an MP3 player or something up to it, you can do that. And then you have the USB port for charging the device. Now, for anybody that's into technology, this may not be a good speaker, again, because there's no control. You can't go volume up, can't go volume down, you can't go track up, you can't go track down. I think most people are going to want that ability. With that said, my parents are a little tech challenged. I'm sure a lot of you have parents or relatives that are a little bit more tech challenged, and this might actually be a great speaker for them because you can set it up, pair it with their phone. You only have to do that once, and anybody can figure out, again, you turn the speaker on, and your phone automatically pairs to it, and the music magically comes out. So it's something that I think for more of a tech-challenged person, this might actually be a really good speaker, as you could hear that turning on. Let me see if we can play a quick track for you to see if, granted, you're going through a microphone. Amazon's going to compress this in the review, but I think it's a fairly decent-sounding speaker here.
We booked a 7-day cruise on our summer vacation. Ended up lost in this island nation.
Okay, we'll turn that off before Brian Wilson gets mad at us. But if you like Beach Boys stuff, definitely pick up Brian Wilson's new record. It's absolutely awesome. But the sound quality on this, that I'm not giving it a negative on. I can't give it a negative on the sound quality. The battery life seems to be as stated, about 4 hours playing it at pretty decent volume levels. It's the only thing you're missing out is the controls. You don't have anything except that one button, which for some people it's going to be a negative, but for the more tech challenge, that might actually be a positive. So the bottom line here is it's not a bad sounding speaker. It's not a $100 speaker, but at that $40 price range, I really do feel that is directly in the middle of right about where this should be. It's a nice looking speaker. You know, the white I like, it's very simplistic, goes well with kind of that Apple design. If somebody wants to throw this up on a shelf, it's obviously not going to look, you know, crazy and out of place. So overall, decent sound, lacking a little bit on bass, but they pretty much all do. The mid-range, the high end is here. The amount of volume is here. Again, really, the only thing you're missing out is the controls. So for that, I guess I have to give it a, a 4-star review. For those who are techies, you know, you may give it a 3 because you're like, I want that control. But for those who don't know tech at all, this could be a 5-star speaker because it's going to be the easiest thing in the world to run. You turn it on, your phone does everything else. So that's up for you to decide what your tech level is, who you're buying for, what their tech level is. But for me, it's not a bad speaker. It does pretty well if you can get beyond the fact that it doesn't have those controls. Now, if you have any questions about the speaker that we didn't cover in the review, feel free to put those down there in the comments. We do keep track of those and try to answer any questions we can. If we don't know the answer, we'll certainly try to find it for you. If you found this review to be helpful, and I certainly hope that you did, if you're on Amazon, if you can go to where it asks, was this review helpful? Please click yes. It would be doing me a big, huge favor. If you're on YouTube, click the little thumbs up or whatever YouTube's using right now to show that the video was helpful, that you liked the content, and by all means subscribe for more reviews that'll be coming shortly. Again, my name is Darren O'Neill. This has been a review of the iQualTech wireless Bluetooth speaker. A sample was provided for the review, but it does not guarantee a good review. Thanks for watching.